I am Iron Man.
I'm not exactly sure what the hell I am.
I just want to do whatever I want.
When it comes to editing and, retention-based editing, it's not about speed.
The one creator that has been on everyone's lips this year is Dodford.
Normally, people would just tell the story with their own voiceover.
He actually does the work of collecting segments and sound bites.
Across his subject's career,
uses complex editing and storytelling techniques
to allow the personality to tell their own story.
Honestly, the skill set that Dodford has is absolutely incredible.
Well, it's not about speed. It's about how effective you are with your cuts.
There will be files given by Danny to edit a documentary using his style.
Please welcome Donald Glover.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover.
I've never seen anybody do as much stuff as he does.
Quick one. Are you tired of spending hours editing captions for your short form content like Montages does? Well, get ready to level with this revolutionary AI tool called Submagic, a cutting-edge AI tool to automatically create versatile captions just like Hormozi. So what do you wait for? Get a link in the description below and say goodbye to tedious editing.
One of the more interesting cuts that I noticed, you started a clip out of context, which was Adam Sandler just doing a joke on stage next to an award.
Hello, my name is Adam Sandler. Can I get a hell yeah?
And we didn't have that context. And then you showed that clip again at the end.
And I am the 2023 Mark Twain Humor Prize Award recipient.
And it kind of felt like there was a beautiful moment for me seeing that clip again. Why did you bookend the entire documentary with that sequence?
I love going full circle in everything. And I think you'll find it recurs a lot in these videos.
What do you think happens when we die, Keanu Reeves?
I like to introduce a question at the beginning and then answer it at the end.
I know that the ones who love us will miss us.
And whether that's, an expositional, something obvious where you actually hear the ending of a sentence, or it's something bigger, like in that one, we are seeing the same clip play, but this time at the end, we have the whole emotional context. We've been through his whole journey. So now when you get to that starting point again, you're there with him and you feel like you're standing on stage with him. So that was one decision. Sometimes it's just, I want to start a sentence and then finish it later, just so, again, you're going through the journey with them, and that way it's more rewarding.
Brilliant. You said that perfectly.
Danny normally loves to challenge himself to use as little as possible his voiceover and narration, as just try to avoid it as much as he can.
In the Adam Sandler paradox,
I really pushed that as far as I could. In a almost 20-minute video, there's less than 90 seconds of narration. I didn't show my face in it whatsoever, so it's all pushing myself as much as I can to use visual storytelling and stringing clips together. I'm looking for any ways to say a point, but then not say it blatantly and obviously.
Keanu's enthusiasm meant he dove headfirst into everything he did.
I can always think of a clever way of making the audience feel like they're coming up with it themselves.
You can use Submagic to create versatile captions like Abdaal, Mr. Beast, and Hormozi. You can leverage these two to maximize your short production in terms of quantity and quality. Save money and time costs to be noticed by the algorithm, and get the blessings fast to go viral. So why don't give it a try?
What was that visual storytelling and how did you make that work?
Finding the right clips is always the go-to, and that's something that comes out in the researching phase. We just try and find as many sources as we can, and then once I have a 100-page document of just blue links and hyperlinks, that's when I'll go through and I will structure them out and find an order, see where things link. I go in and I really scrutinize, like on a line-by-line level. I'm moving things around, hyper-analyzing why one line should go before another. I'm cutting up quotes and I'm putting things in between. I'm kind of writing a montage on the Google document before it goes into the project. Then like I said, I'm just following instructions.
You write the montages? Like, how does that look?
Yeah, because most people just put montage and then just call it a day.
And figure out the edit. Like, do you write beat for beat? Like, how does that work for you?
Yeah, just write montage. I used to put it in brackets, like I'll make a montage here. But then, you end up scratching your head and you're stuck there and you think, but what does that mean? And I just try to eliminate that. We will have these sound bites as blue hyperlinks and I'll just copy and paste them and I'll write as if I'm writing an essay. So you can take a script from one of my videos and read it like an essay.
Always be good at math. You'll always be good at naming stars.
I was with Ben. He got a Walk of Fame star, and I went and visited him, and I said, we got to do a movie together, right?
Son of a bitch! Dad, stop yelling in the car. He cannot hear you.
It's hard for me to explain this right now, but like essentially we're cutting between him and his daughter singing, him and his daughter in a looking for a parking spot in their car, also cutting between Adam and Ben Stiller about to fight on the grass, and these three things are building up in unison.
Mommy and Daddy and Genius Girl make three.
And I said, we could play brothers. He said, yeah, I was thinking that too.
You got my hands, you got my toes.
But luckily, I got mommy's nose.
I was disappointed in you for quitting piano.
And then we talked to Noah, and he was thinking a similar thought.
Adam connected to something very deeply in this guy.
And we lucked out, got to do this together.
And it was deep, and that was, it was very moving to me.
Just get it together! Ow. Shut the fuck up!
And they're all cut at the same time. So essentially, three things that I wanted to take from the movie, but they were all building up together at the same time while also giving exposition about the production.
You put the movie in italics, you then put the actual movie clip in as a hyperlink, and you're cutting between them all, and then also you then put in the brackets, probably just like the action in the movie as well. That's fascinating. And so like, I can still see which one you cut, like you do need to cut to, but just seeing a montage written out like this, I've never seen anything like this before.
It's what came naturally to me. I think this is how I like to visualize it.
Are you using like narrative structures or knowing or like tried and true methods to know how to get there?
To be honest, no. Like I am not well versed in any real storytelling structures. Sometimes I try and articulate it and I try and put a framework and I tie it up in a ribbon and see if it makes sense. But really, it's like this subconscious. It's always that ends up being this one person that inspires me. This is the part of the story that not everyone knows about. These are the obstacles that they overcame that are also not necessarily a secret, but are missing from kind of popular knowledge. And so it's just that simple, like 3-act structure. It's just always about what's the low point, how did they overcome it, and how did they get to the high point.
You have no idea how many editors hate you now because you have that instinct.
You just know I need to have a character who needs to go through some struggles to get to a goal, and that's it.
These are not all that I had learned from Danny, so
Whenever you can go out into the rain, do not miss the opportunity!
I love the rain.